Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's B Milton. Welcome back to the Redskins review. Today I have gonna try to keep it as a short video. Just gonna start off with our first roster moves that we've made on our off-season so far. Scott McClellan, our general manager, signed Ziggy Hood. I'm pretty sure it's to a 1-year deal. He's defensive lineman. I think he's bounced around from defensive tackle to defensive end. I'm not sure what he's been playing. He originated he was a first-round pick for the Steelers like 5 to 7 years ago. I can't remember. But yeah, he was a first-round pick. He did pretty well for the Steelers for a little while, but then he kind of fell off, and then he went bouncing around to a few different teams. And I've seen online a lot of people kind of get pissed off, and I mean, dude, this late in the game, people are still doubting our general manager, dude. How is that even fucking possible, dude? Some Redskins fans out there, dude, blow my mind, dude. They just blow my mind sitting there on the Redskins Facebook page. Oh, here we go. We're going to be last in the division again, making dumb moves like this and that. Man, Ziggy Hood's not coming into our fucking team to be a starter, all right? This guy is going to be depth and competition. And he's a veteran guy who Scott McClellan has already shown that he knows what he's doing. He's already brought in other veteran guys. And like I said, I believe we signed him to a 1-year contract. This is a contract saying,
A few moments later.
So yeah, basically, this is just a 1-year contract. Bringing a veteran guy in for 1 year saying, you think you can still play in this league? Prove it to us. That's a win-win situation for us, man. And, there's more that Scott McClellan and our general manager and our team know about this than we do, man. They've proven it to us. I can understand if this was some skepticism about our general manager, like last year in the draft, you know what I mean? Like last year when we first got him. I mean, I liked all of our picks. Right away, I started liking McClellan, with picking Scherf #1 overall. I didn't have a problem with it. I liked that pick. And then, some other picks, Matt Jones. Matt Jones, I liked Matt Jones as a player. Like when I looked at him, I was like, that's a good player. But, I was kind of just like, I thought we had a good running back situation at the time. But he definitely showed that, Scott McClellan, he just knows what he's talking about. But also, when it did get later down into the depths of the rounds, the later rounds, like, there was, like, he picked, like, Tyshawn Jackson. And to be honest, man, back then, I was skeptical. Back then, he picked Tyshawn Jackson. And I was looking at the tape of him, and I'm like, man, this dude's small as fuck, dude. Like he's fast and all that, but, like, just nothing, nothing wowed me about him. But dude, Scott McClellan, Tyshawn Jackson is a beast. I mean, everything he's done so far, people he's drafted, I mean, he's knocked it out of the park, man. Scott McClellan has proven to everyone and to me, I mean, he proved to me pretty quickly, I knew right away that majority of his picks were good ideas and good picks, but there was just a few of them in there. Like I said, Tyshawn Jackson, I thought was a little undersized. He shut me up, dude. Scott McClellan's the man. He knows what he's doing. I have faith in that guy, man. And people are still sitting here doubting him, still sitting here saying, Ziggy Hood, man, oh, he played for the Jaguars and they didn't want to keep him and shit like that. Like, dude, Mason Foster played for the fucking Buccaneers. And look what he came in here and did on our team. Will Blackman, he played for the Giants, but then I'm pretty sure he played for the Jaguars as well. And he came in here and did a pretty good job. For a player that wasn't with us on the offseason, and he came in here and started right off the street right away, I'd say Will Blackman played pretty fucking well for someone who wasn't on a fucking team and came strolling into a team starting day one when he got here. Just like Mason Foster, same thing. Scott McClellan, man, stop doubting him. Stop doubting him. We got Ziggy Hood for depth. That's it. If he exceeds our expectations, that's exactly why we're doing this. Maybe he will start. Who knows if he looks really good. But yeah, I agree. his overall stats, I think he has like 13 or 14 sacks in his entire career. Now, yeah, I understand. That's alarming. I mean, fucking Ryan Kerrigan had 13 like last year or something. You know what I mean? That's alarming. It gives, yeah, there's a bunch of red flags to worry about this, but don't fucking worry about it, dude. Scott McClellan knows what he's fucking doing, dude. Stop worrying. So, next thing I want to talk about, I also saw some more convincing news getting a lot closer to the fact that Alfred Morris ain't gonna be here next year, guys. I'm not so sure if Alfred Morris is gonna be here. And it's pretty hard, man. Seeing RG3, like I really get it's hard because I have like a attachment to RG3 and Morris. I would say almost somewhat more towards Morris, because Morris, even when RG3 and our quarterbacks weren't having a good year, the past few years, Morris has always been there, dude. Morris is, but I don't know what it is with him, man. He didn't look good last year. I mean, he would get the ball, and as soon as, our offensive line didn't have the best blocking, but as soon as someone touched Alfred Morris, he went down, dude. Like, that's not the Alfred Morris we know. And he had a lot of carries so far in his career, man. I think he's got some type of hip injury, which is way worse than we really know. But yeah, man, it's just the nature of the business, and it kind of sucks, man. But I don't think Alfred Morris is coming back next year, and I should make a thank you video for him, dude, because, I mean, what an amazing guy. I couldn't, if you just hear Alfred Morris sit there and give an interview and just talk for a few minutes, dude, what an amazing fucking guy, dude. And I love that he was on the Redskins, and I love that he was a workhorse for us and ran people over. And, it sucks, but it's the nature of the beast, and next man up. Newer, younger guys, who knows what we're going to do. Hopefully we look at some of our running backs on our practice squad that we had in our preseason this year, like Lake Seastrunk. There is Williams. There is a few, dude. Our run game in the preseason was beast, dude. We had a bunch of no-name guys, running backs, that just beasted in our preseason, man. So, I mean, I don't know what we need to do, man, but we need to fix the run game. If we had Kirk Cousins playing the way that Kirk Cousins has played last year at the end of the year with a run game, and we had a fucking run game to complement that, dude, man, that's scary to think, man. And then throw in a decent defense, a little bit better at least than what we had this year, man, we'd be unstoppable. But I really do like Chris Thompson, man. If we don't get anybody new, if we don't do anything in free agency or anything like that for our run game, I think what we need to do is we need to, how this year we alternated Alfred Morris and Matt Jones, we need to do that next year with Matt Jones and then Chris Thompson. I want to see more Chris Thompson, dude. I don't know, man. The only problem with Chris Thompson is his health. If he can stay healthy, man, I really like his running abilities. I wouldn't say as a number one back, not as like he's not going to come out on the first snap of the first series of the fucking game. He can't take those hits, man. He's not big enough to take that much punishment. But I want to see more of him. We have not been using him enough, is what I'm trying to say. And Pierre Thomas, whether he comes back next year, he didn't show us enough. He had some good plays and all that, but he had some good plays for coming into our, we picked him up and he started playing right away. Like I said, another guy who just came in and started performing, but he didn't play in many games for us to really see how he would pan out. So we're gonna have to wait for next year to see what's up with him. Another free agency thing I want to hit on real quick. I know I am in agreement with most of you guys. I think we all agree we should be spending most of our time and effort and money on free agency and in the draft on defensive players. I agree with that, but I realized and found out that there is a wide receiver that is a free agent that I am really fond of, and I think maybe we can get him for cheap. Well, not cheap, but cheaper than expected. And I think he would complement our wide receiving core just great, perfect. I mean, and this guy is Alshon Jeffrey, wide receiver for the motherfucking Bears. I think he was out most of the season or all season almost with a ACL tear or something like that. But the thing is, he's, what is he, like 6'7", 6'6", something? He's tall as shit. He's not known for being fast, you know what I mean? He's not, those tall guys, they're not supposed to be speedy as fuck. We have, with our wide receiving core, man, we have so many shorter, speedier wide receivers. I just want one gigantic motherfucker. Just one, I mean, yeah, we have Jordan Reed, who's like 6'5" or something like that. 6'3" maybe, I can't remember. But that's what, yeah, he's like 6'3". But, I mean, man, we need some dude to tower motherfuckers. And for Kirk Cousins, you know, when he's under pressure, he can be like, let me just throw the ball up to Alshon Jeffrey. Let me just overthrow it, throw it up in the air. You know what I mean? Like, Kirk did it this year. He threw it to fucking Crowder, and Crowder went up in triple coverage. You guys remember that play where he went up in triple coverage and caught that shit? You know, because Kirk, he threw an opportunity ball. That's what it is. He's like, hey, it's like 3rd down and 12 or something. We need this. Let me throw the ball up there. And Crowder came down with it. But I'm just saying, I like our wide receivers. I would like for all of them to come back next year. Depending on how much money Garcon wants, or if he's willing to work with us and cut his money down. Hopefully he comes back next year as well. But I want to see a tall wide receiver, a really tall dude that will just tower people. We need that compliment. I mean, think about the small, speedy wide receivers. Tyshawn Jackson, Jamison Crowder, Ryan Grant, Rashad Ross, Andre Roberts. I mean, dude, our tallest wide receiver is Pierre Garcon, and he's 6 foot tall. You know what I mean? Like, please, let's get a tall wide receiver. But yeah, most of our other picks, let's go corner, let's go maybe even a safety, defensive lineman, straight up. We're just going to get competition on our entire defense. That's what we need. So, I think I've covered a lot of stuff, man. My last little thing, I want to predict my Super Bowl pick, which is the motherfucking Carolina Panthers are going to, I want to say steamroll, but I'm gonna stop myself from saying steamrolling over the Denver Broncos. But it's gonna be the Cam Newton show tomorrow, guys. It really is gonna be the Cam Newton show. And everyone says, oh, Denver's got the #1 defense and yada, yada, yada. Man, did you just see what the fuck the Carolina Panthers just did to the last few teams that they just played? The motherfucking Cardinals. The Cardinals had the #1 3rd down offense in the NFL this year. The #1 3rd down offense. And what did they score? Like 2 touchdowns compared to fucking Carolina's scored 50 fucking points or something, you know what I mean? Dude, it's going to be a shit show, dude. I think it's pretty much, I wouldn't be surprised if it looked like 2 years ago when the Denver Broncos played the Seahawks, and right away shit just started going bad for Peyton Manning and the offense. And I mean, this is my prediction, all right? This is what's going to happen. Yes, Denver's defense is good, and I really don't see the wide receivers for Carolina getting super open. I don't see it. I don't think it's going to happen. So you know what that means? That means Cam Newton is going to run the fucking football. And it's the Super Bowl, dude. Cam Newton is not going to give a shit about his health, dude. Cam Newton is going to get every single yard that Cam Newton needs to fucking get to win the Super Bowl. So my prediction is that what Carolina's going to do, they're going to go out there on offense. They're going to send Ted Ginn Jr. right down the field. he'll be covered. I don't think all the wide receivers are going to be getting open. I don't think Cam Newton's going to be throwing the ball however much he's been throwing it. But I think Cam Newton's going to look down the field, go, hey, everyone's in coverage. Let me run the ball. Everyone's covered. No one's getting open. But I have room to run the ball. I'm going to run it. I think Cam Newton's going to have at least 80 rushing yards. And the Panthers are going to win. I don't really have a score for the game. I don't know, man. I would love to see Peyton Manning, win the Super Bowl and ride out into the sunset and retire. You know what I mean? I love Peyton Manning. He's a great guy, great quarterback. Probably the best quarterback that's ever lived, really, honestly. He probably is. He's the best one-man person who's ever been in the quarterback position, called his own fucking plays. He was the offensive coordinator for, however long. He just goes out there and he is like a one-man army, you know what I mean? So I would love to see him, and there's been so much shit going on around him, with a bunch of being injured all year. There's just bad light on him, and he should retire and this or that. So I would love to see him win the Super Bowl and then kind of laugh in everyone's face and then retire. I'd love to see that, but I don't see it happening, dude. Carolina's gonna their defense is gonna be on point, and Denver's defense probably will be pretty on point, but not enough to stop Cam Newton from running the ball. Cam Newton's gonna, I might even say, dude, Cam Newton might even have more rushing yards than their fucking running back, dude. That's how I see it playing out. Cam Newton's gonna have to do everything himself, but he will do it, and he will win the game. So that's my predictions. This video's getting long, so I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Hail to the Redskins. Peace out, guys. Let me know what you think. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl tomorrow? Peace.